everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where we are continuing on in the third case of the game, The Adventure of the Runaway Room, which we have just begun in the last episode. And it was a really good episode, really interesting. We got to London, we got to meet the Chief Justice, this very imposing man, and he pretty much gave us an ultimatum, you know. If you guys want to stay here and fulfill Osogi's mission, then you have to pass my test of getting a not guilty verdict for a person who's been accused of murder. And of course, it's a tough decision, and they were ready to say no because they didn't want to risk this person's life. But now that they learned that there's literally nobody else who's going to defend this person, now I think they feel obligated, like morally obligated to take this case. So let's continue on. Okay, let's examine now that we can. Mr. Sato, can I just ask you something?
Careful! From this position, I can perform a Susato takedown in an instant.
Girl, come on now.
I know.
Mr. Naruhodo, you heard Lord Strongheart. The trial starts imminently. We don't have time to look around, Banks. Dang it. If I need to throw you, I will.
You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom.
If you need to ask me anything, it had better wait until we're at the Old Bailey.
Alright, so I don't get to look around. Dagnabbit. Okay. What to do?
Mr. Sato.
Oh, okay, it's gonna be the same thing. Basically, we're just gonna go. Okay. Okay. Don't talk to me. Let's go.
Okay, this oppressive air. It's really quite stifling. The office of Lord Chief Justice Strongheart in Britain's great capital city, London. Its grand stone architecture and the echoey tick of the vast cogwheels lend it an air of authority. Now we're going to the Old Bailey, London's highest criminal court with an illustrious past. I've actually heard that term before. The Old Bailey. This is where I'm to take my test and prove my worthiness as a lawyer. If we hurry and catch a cab, we may just make it to the courthouse on time.
Okay. February 18th, the day after my birthday. 9:45 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber.
Oh, thank goodness, we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins.
I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose.
Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. It's one of my favorite lines from the Herlock Sholmes stories, and it worked quite perfectly.
I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege.
Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Shut up, you fool.
That's what it looks like she's thinking.
Yes, I suppose there's that.
Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all.
Okay. Very pretty room.
So, this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants to wait in is grand.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed.
Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment.
Oh? Okay, is he I don't think he's that lonely. He seems kind of cheerful, but we'll see. Top of the morning to you, madam. Sir. Oh. This is our defendant? He's an interesting looking fellow. Little shorty. He's probably the same height as me. I have no right to judge. What are yous doing, following me here? Things are fair desperate, are they? Oh god. I have to do a Cockney accent. Oh no, I'm not that good at that.
Sorry?
Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the east, are yous?
We're from Japan, yes.
Ah, Japan, is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do yous need? Oh. Is this his theme music? I like it. Feels kind of carnival-y? Huh.
No, we're just here because...
No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all while in a strange faraway land.
Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no.
Tis grand, tis grand. Let me start by giving yous 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. Are you really that rich? Oh, I missed whatever someone said. It's just Ryunosuke.
1,000 guineas?
Please, Mr. Sato, you don't have to shout.
But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo.
What?
Tis nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see.
See, what's weird is, with the Cockney accent, I always thought that they were from, like, I think it's the southern part of England, or, you know, Great Britain. I thought that they were more, at least from what I've seen, like, they were more poverty-stricken rather than the upper rich class. So the accent, and then combined with him supposedly being rich, I'm not sure if I believe it. Like, is he a swindler? Is he pretending to be rich and he's not? I don't know. Just because he's forcing it a lot, right?
I've enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over.
I don't know if I believe you, sir, but okay.
Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money.
Oh! Right in his face.
Ah, that hit me in the eye.
Rude. Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you, no strings attached. Can't trust him. I'll be wanting you to do something for me.
Oh?
To be honest, 'tis a little embarrassing. The trial that's about to begin, you see, is for me good self here. I'll be in the dock. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. He's desperate, isn't he?
Oh, well the thing is, I'm already here to defend you and you don't have to pay me, but if I keep quiet and get some money out of it...
Oh, just saying. Don't worry about a thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me, nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial's going to start with me without me having any kind of representation at all.
Oh god. It's gonna be hard with this accent.
So it was true. the Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up.
I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial?
That's what he just said. Bluster and blazes, do yous not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names?
No, sorry. We've only just arrived in the city, you see.
I see. Suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park there in the centre of London is another beautiful park.
Sorry? A park? What?
'Tis called McGilded Park, full of blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot. I donated it to the city, yes so I did.
An entire park? In central London?
I don't know if I believe you? I don't know. A city of smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its queer old people. Queer? That's a word I've never seen. So McGilded does, like the name, references gold, I think. So maybe he is rich, but he's just weird about it. I don't know. You would think a rich man like him would have a lawyer eager to defend him, so something else is going on here.
That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary.
Ah, but now they've the gall to say I'm a good-for-nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask you?
Alright, don't pass out.
Mr. Nadahodo, perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath.
Good idea.
Sir.
Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best.
What was I saying? What was I after saying, you daft idiot? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I?
Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you.
Oh, I think I see what's going on here.
Sorry?
I know what you're thinking. This Chancellor of a fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? That's what I was wondering. Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well?
Well...
Exactly. I am curious. Not at all, but I want to say yes, because I want to know.
Yes, exactly.
What now?
Well, like you said, if you have all that money but you don't have anyone to represent you in court, there's no other logical conclusion than that you're guilty of the charges.
I'm being rude as hell, y'all. I just want to know. Does this matter? What if this choice matters and I just screwed up? Well, you call a spade in the East, so you do?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean any offense. I still can't express myself very well in English, you see. And I'm never sure what's acceptable to say and what isn't, so...
Is that so? Because you sounded fluent enough when you were telling me what a blackguard I must be.
I'm terribly sorry. Binks is being a witch.
I can't say that I blame you for thinking it, fella.
It is a little strange, to be honest. Why you don't have a lawyer, I mean?
Tell me. That will be the fault of the Reaper.
Sorry? Did he just say Reaper? What is this? The world ends with you?
Hey, the the Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Baroque von Zeeks. He's the prosecutor. Oh, I've heard this name. He's supposed to be our prosecutor for the game, isn't he? I've seen pictures of him. He looks, very austere and handsome and probably a stone cold jerk, but whatever. He has to have something unique and quirky about him, though, in order for him to be one of our prosecutors. Now, is there going to be like a good old sexual tension between him and Ryunosuke, like we have with most of our prosecutors, or is it going to be a little more boring? Because I would say like the last prosecutor we had in the last game, which I haven't LP'd yet, but he was one of my least favorites in certain regards, even though he was very handsome. So I like my prosecutors to be a little more interesting, you know? As long as he's not a jerk like Godot, because I hate Godot. I don't care how popular Godot supposedly is. He's a sexist jerk, okay? Arrogant prick. I'm sorry. Oh, I miss Clavier already. And Edgeworth. Those were our two best prosecutors. I do love Franziska, too. Although, she has her downsides as well. So stubborn. Stubborn lady. But she has her whips. I love it. Yes, a woman with a whip is wonderful. Okay, enough with me rambling. Baron, Baroque van Zeeks.
The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? Uh-oh, that's not good.
When Von Zeek stands for the prosecution, they call the accused as sacrificial lambs. That's not good. Unto this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned.
Well, we're gonna have to try to break that record, so he's gonna be pissed.
What?
So it's reached a desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fella at all. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey.
Goodness. Lord Baroque von Zeeks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then.
Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed.
Cursed? What on earth?
The defendant is summoned and his counsel. Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin.
His counsel. That would be me.
Oh, 'tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down.
But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened.
You wasted too much time jabbering. Until you showed your face here. I'd made up my mind, so I had.
Sorry?
I decided I'll have to defend myself in there.
How would that have worked?
But then you made an appearance, a student of law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. 'Tis fate. So don't get cold feet now, please.
I literally knew nothing about the case, or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him.
Mr. Naruhodo.
The man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen.
Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand.
I'll be right there. It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this.
Okay. Oh my. That's huge! February 18th, 10 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. The fire itself looks weird. Like, graphically. Oh?
So this is the highest court in Great Britain. The Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different to the Supreme Court in Japan.
It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair.
Now, before we continue, there's something I forgot to do in the last case, which was actually look at our court record at the people. We have an armband. An armband I inherited from Kazuma. It identifies the wearer as a defense lawyer throughout the Empire of Japan. Okay. But let me look at the people. Susato, 16, judicial assistant sent to Britain on a study tour. She's the epitome of a refined Japanese lady and a huge help to me always, except for the fact that she's so eager to throw him down. She's too dominant. Alright. Male Strongheart, 52. Okay. Lord Chief Justice who wields absolute authority in judicial matters, including the appointment of lawyers. He's a thoroughly intimidating man. Excuse me. Magnus McGilded, 48. The defendant in this case, he's an incredibly wealthy philanthropist with a wonderful reputation in London. I'm to defend him as a test of my worthiness to become a lawyer. Okay.
May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, yes. What?
There he goes with his, his freaked out eyes.
Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again.
I know, but I just can't help it.
Oh, Dracula! What? Oh, that's the judge? Oh, he's kind of cute. He's very Santa Claus-y. Almost feels like our usual judge, except not. Maybe he's related to him. Oh, God. Well, my usual judge voice actually does kind of sound like British, so it's fine. But it's gonna kill my throat, because I'm already doing Ryunosuke with the hoarse, raspy voice. Okay, I am already exhausted. I'm tempted to end it here, but I'll keep going a few minutes.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGilded. I now call upon the consuls for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
Oh, I don't know. Is he German with that name, Van Zeeks? He feels German to me. Oh, the struggle for voices. Now, I've gotten used to doing, like, Franziska's voice with a German accent, but to do a male equivalent? The prosecution is fully prepared. I don't know. His voice should be deeper, but my throat is like, no, can't do it.
That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld.
No, he looks like he wants to suck your blood. That's what he looks like. Oh, Van Zeeks, are you Dracula? Is that what's going on here?
Counsel for the bleh.
Oh lord, I'm already...
Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English?
He just did, didn't he?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. And I couldn't be further from ready if I tried.
Oh, maybe you didn't say anything. My brain is like, bleh. Oh, okay. You have a sword too? Okay, he looks very intense. He kind of looks like Edgeworth, actually. Like, a German vampire version of Edgeworth. I'm sorry, this is hilarious to me. Well, at least he has a cravat, right? Hey, Edgeworth, is this your bro? Is this your buddy? Those eyes please me. No. No, what am I doing? Oh my god, I don't know what voice to give you, sir. Like, the accent's just not coming out right now.
Those eyes please me. Nipponese.
I don't know.
They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. Ugh, a cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way to the tips of my toes. No, Mr. McGilded.
Yes, my lord?
You stand accused of murder, a capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner?
As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a grand thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fella is a student from some little island off in the far east. Racists, but, you know, it's to be expected, right? Is it not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance? I'd like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud. Uh-huh, sure. Listen to Mr. McGilded, what a fine gentleman London has in him. Did you hear that he donated £5,000 to the government the other day? Mother, please, when we go and play... Okay, too fast, whatever. It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded.
That's definitely welcome news, and he certainly has a way with words.
So he really is rich. Alright.
I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded, and most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Oh, we got a jury, y'all. I was wondering because I saw all those people sitting there. Interesting. Finally having a jury.
I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed?
Oh god, they're gonna kill me. So many voices, no! This is almost gonna be as bad as Danganronpa. Oh no. And they're all British, so it's like... I can't give them all British accents though, you guys, so they're all gonna get different voices, different accents. But we're gonna do that in the next episode. we're almost at 30 minutes and my throat is killing me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. Look forward to next time when I have to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with all those voices on those characters. Oh, but thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day. Bye bye.